Hello everyone, welcome to HW News. In the past few days, we have seen two prominent cases wherein which have attracted our attention to the growing problem of heart attacks in people who are in their 30s and 40s. First, it was TV actor Siddharth Shukla, and now Kannada superstar Punit Rajkumar has died of heart attack. Now, these both youngsters were healthy, they were fit, and their sudden demise has shocked everyone, including their fans. But it has also attracted our attention to the growing problem of heart attack in the youngsters. And the heart attack is now catching Indians at young. So today we will be discussing about that. What are the reasons behind these heart ailments in Indian youngsters? And we are joined by renowned cardiologist Dr. Vijay Surase of Jupiter Hospital. First of all, welcome doctor, welcome to HW News. As I said, two healthy young individuals who died at the prime of their age. Do you think these are just two stray cases or it is a growing trend? What do you think?
Both ways it is correct. Actually, these are the two stray cases. What is happening is the lives of the Indians are impacted by the celebrities. We get carried away, and mostly the regional movie stars, Hollywood stars, Bollywood stars, they impact our lives, and we follow them. These are the two example, but they have definitely made us think that is the heart attack catching up at a young age? Is the heart attack coming up in the youngsters? Definitely, it is worth thinking. What is happening is we are living in an era which is a fast era. We are all stressed out, but the times have changed as regards to everything. The perspectives have changed. What has dramatically changed is our lifestyle. Our living conditions have changed apart from the fast life. 30, 40 years back, I remember as a child, we used to consume a lot of millets. We used to exercise, we used to walk. We used to have at least 1 hour of exercise roughly when calculated for an adult in our day-to-day routine, which is lacking. Second thing which is lacking is adequate sleep. We are not sleeping, or the sleeping wise count hours may be 6 or 7 hours, but there is no quality sleep. Indians basically are more prone to heart attack because of certain reasons, apart from these two common reasons which are worldwide. Now, the other reasons which Indians are more prone for heart attack are growing population of diabetes mellitus. India would be shortly a capital of diabetes mellitus in the world. It will lead the diabetic population. And as it is known that diabetes is one of the risk factors of the heart disease. Other risk factors are, of course, hypertension, obesity, then the habits, social habits which remain. The risk factor which cannot be modified is you being an Indian, you being born in an Asian population. Those who are Asians and Indians, they usually have high triglyceride, high lipids, that is high cholesterol, high LDLs. So they are prone for more number of heart attacks in youngsters. The other problem which I want to highlight is, as I told, we get impacted by the celebrities. They go for gymming, they go for marathon training in a very short span of period, and go directly after 6 months of preparation for marathon running. This kind of short course or crash course for marathon preparation or bodybuilding should be stopped. We should not insult, we should not be unkind to our physique. We are already unkind to our mind. We are all stressed out. We should not be truly very unkind to our physique. Tormentor type of physical activities and gymming too much, heavy weight lifting, and doing excessive exercise, consuming anabolic steroid, consuming protein shakes, that burdens your kidney, and that also poses a threat of heart attack at a young age. So these are the common causes of heart attack at the young age in Indians or worldwide, but more so in Indians.
Doctor, first of all, when we used to hear about heart attacks a few years ago, it was people in their 60s or maybe early 70s who used to get heart attacks. So we always associated this disease with people who are elderly. Now the age has come down to 40. So why do you think the young population in India is, more falling for this disease?
As I said, the reason remains the same: the lifestyle, lack of exercise. We are in a era where we are using gadgets. We use automatic cars, we use elevators. We barely walk. In the offices also, we talk on intercoms, we talk on WhatsApp call, we talk on video calls. We barely walk to a colleague who is just 30 yards away. We barely come down from your office, or those who come, they come for smoke, which is one of the evil habit. Smoking at a young age it adds to, or nicotine consumption in any form, it adds to the risk which I have earlier mentioned. And too much of stress, it is beyond the capacity of an individual. Supposedly a youngster who is into service, who has picked up a job, he takes a loan of 1 cr for buying a flat to catch up with the lifestyle of the peers, to impress the peers. And falling into that kind of trap is the one which is pushing youngsters at this kind of problems. We should follow what actually our ancestors were following, eating protein rich diet, not to go on westernized diet which contains a lot of corn, which contains a lot of wheat, consumption of millets, jowar, bajra, ragi, this type of things, consumption of seasonal fruits, leafy vegetables. I don't recommend that we should consume those things which are not available in the local area. You are living in a state of Maharashtra, so all those fruits which come from the interiors of Maharashtra, from various parts of Maharashtra, you may eat. Don't insist on eating Australian fruit, Russian fruit, American fruit, and New Zealand fruit, and that kind of this kind of kiwi. So eat your seasonal fruits, wholesome quantity of fruits. Eat wholesome quantity of protein. You may consume dals of different types, tur dal, rajma, soybean, all this type. So protein rich diet is going to save you from these catastrophes. Protein rich diet is going to negate the possibility of you developing the diabetes related complications, more so related to heart. Consumption of more quantity of rich fiber rich diet is an important key to good health. But there is no mantra as such. What is mentioned in our books when we studied as children and kids remains and will remain forever. Consumption of more proteins, more leafy vegetables, more antioxidants, being rich in vitamins, calcium, D3, will save you from the major issues which come up with the diabetes associated complications, like development of the diffuse bad disease requiring angioplasty or bypass at a young age. So mantra remains the same for staying fit. Incorporate exercise of minimum 20-30 minutes, I shall say. Brisk walk is best. Live your life in moderation. Don't be very unkinding and ruthless to your physique. Have proper sleep. So this will be the same mantras for good health.
We have seen that at this age, a lot of people are falling for something called as fitness fad. So, as you rightly said, there are regional superstars, there are stars which people follow, and they follow their diet routine. They try to follow their diet routine. There are also now apps in which there are short videos. So, they tell you how to, you can reduce weight in just 10 days, how you can reduce weight in just 2 weeks. So, is this also impacting the youngsters?
Indian population is hysterical. You might remember, you might be a child that time in 1993, a mass hysteria was created in India. Lord Ganesha idol drank milk all throughout the country and maybe world over. So this event happened because of the mass hysteria. Some celebrities said, and there were no tweeters that time. Fortunately, there were no WhatsApp or there were no video calls. But still, in a day, all the milk got exhausted in India. This is because of mass hysteria. Similar is the mass hysteria created when a celebrity sinks or develops a heart attack. Now, developing a good physique in a span of 6 months or 1 year or 2 years is not possible. Or I must say that, external appearance does not equate with good health. The good health definition is completely different. Good health definition is far away from six packs app. Good health definition is far away from the epidemiology definition which is mentioned in our books of preventive and social medicine. That is, absence of disease or absence of physical or mental health is not just mere good health. It is building up of your endurance, strength, stamina, and going slow. There is no crash course for health. You may get or develop a good protein, consume protein shake. You may develop good mounts on the muscles. You may develop some 3, 4, 5 packs of ab, but it doesn't mean that you are in a good health. A little viral fever or dengue, malaria may knock you out. So don't go for zero fat consumption. Don't go for skinny, bony body. It is said that tall, dark, handsome means the person is fit and the person is the most wanted. It is not like that. You might have seen in the Indian mythology, Lord Ganesha, it is always with a paunch. So don't go for zero fat. Don't drain out your all the fat. Fat is required. If you try to be totally skinny, bony, and just go in for bone muscles only, or try to remain with the six packs, then what happens is even minor ailment knocks you out. So do not go in for any crash course for weight reduction. Go slow. when you pass out your SSC or matriculation, you cannot become a PhD in a span of 6 months. You have to graduate, you have to develop a postgraduate education and go in for a PhD. Similar is the case for the health. You cannot develop good health vis-a-vis your mind, means good mental status, good mental makeup, good mental physical framework. You cannot develop that within a span of 6 months or 1 year. Spend good much amount of time. I would say it should start in the initial days. Those who have never done in up to their 40s and 50s, all of a sudden, if you start for marathon training, crash training, for gymming, weightlifting, swimming, trekking, that is definitely going to push you into crisis. We aim at good lifespan along with the quality of life. What is the use if you are dying in the age group of 40 to 45 with the mounts of your good physique and six packs? There's no use. You're not there for your family, your children, your wife. Similar is the case for the women, I would say. Stay away from the nicotine, stay away from smoking, alcohol in moderation. Those who have not actually had alcohol, I would say, don't go in for that. It is not good. Medically, it is not recommended, but those who enjoy socially drinking one or two pegs in a month or a fortnight, consumption of this kind of wine, whiskey, red wine is okay. Meat consumption is also okay in limited quantum. For high protein, lean meat, white meat is good. But don't consume anabolic steroids. Don't consume protein shakes. It burdens your kidneys and doesn't help you in any way. So your job or aim should be not to appear good, but it should also be to feel good and be good. And that should be the motto of all, I mean, not only the youngsters. And it should start from the school and college days. Those who are in their 40s, don't feel bereaved, don't feel oppressed, depressed. You can start, but go gradual. You can go in for 20-30 minutes of brisk walk. You may go for gradient training. You may take a span of for a period of 2 years, 3 years to develop your muscles. Then start weightlifting. Don't do in a very shorter duration. Don't try to achieve this in a span of 6 months or a year. That would be my
Doctor,
answer.
you must have come across so many cases who are young and they are still facing heart issues. Could you just share with us who are such people that you come across, any special cases that you came across?
Athletes, especially those who are IT professional, those who go for intense weight training, those who go for gymming spree lifestyle, and they are the professionals who are the real busy ones in their 40s. I have seen lot many cases in their 30s and 40s, late 30s and early 40s coming with a heart attack. There is an entity called as coronary dissection. The tear or rupture of the coronary artery because of the isometric contraction and the pressure transmission, because of the cracking of your blood vessels and inviting the clot formation, development of the heart attack can kill you on the spot. Lucky are those ones who reach the hospital within the golden hour time. It's very important to reach the hospital within 1 hour and get treatment done. Golden hour treatment in such cases is important. In fact, we have dealt with such hundreds and hundreds of cases. The recommendation post angioplasty, post bypass in such youngsters to their families, and as youngsters, we tell in the training sessions for them, and it is entirely for the society as well at large, not to do all that things which they have been doing. And your motto should be living a long life and having a good quality of life. Don't do heavy weight lifting. Don't do marathon training if you are not preparing from beginning. And don't aim at 21-42 kilometers. Aim at a shorter runs if you are wanting to. 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, enough. Don't impress your peers. Just to impress your peers, just to remain in the competition, you are spoiling your life. It is okay to be moderation. It is okay to have a little punch. It is okay to have little overweight body habitus. It is okay. So this will be my recommendation to all.
One aspect, doctor, that we should especially focus in this year is COVID. How much does COVID contribute to heart diseases or anything that leads to heart diseases?
Much has been talked about. There's nothing which has remained to comment about COVID. COVID is an ailment which is viral ailment. It actually causes acceleration of the clot formation, and this clot formation may be pertaining to every body part of yours. Deep venous thrombosis, formation of clots in the extremity, clot getting fragmented, propagating into the venous system, going into the lung and killing a person by an entity called as pulmonary embolism is a disaster. Clot formation in the blood vessels going to the brain, clot formation in the blood vessels going to the heart. Promulgation or formation of the clot because of the various inflammatory things, processes which are going on because of the COVID as a viral infection, inflammation is seen. And luckily now, to our good luck, that is on the declining side for past 8 to 9 months. And we have fought really well. Credit goes to all the citizens and nationals of the India, and our good framework of the government, which has really worked on this. And intensely there has been work on COVID world over, and we are not lagging any behind. We have fought this battle and we are yet to fight it out. And COVID can of course cause clot formation and heart attack, but don't be scared. The incidence is very less. Vaccines can cause clot formation, but incidence is very, very less. The incidence is like flight crashing, but you don't stop flying. You don't stop flying. It is just like that. Despite actually taking all precautions, aviation and all this, they take all the precaution. The chance of having a flight crash is 0.0006%. Similar is the chance of clot formation after vaccination. But COVID can cause clot formation anywhere in the body. You're right.
So, doctor, eventually we have to find a balance between too much of fitness and no fitness. So, do you think there should be an awareness regarding that in the schools, in the college curriculums, because it is a young population that is falling for it?
Absolutely. Uh, Mothers tell children, beta पेट भर के खाओ. This policy has to end. This will be the first message of mine. पेट भर के खाओ ने. Eat adequate. Don't eat a sumptuous meal. Don't eat a bulk meal. Don't eat fast food. This should be imbibed in the school. It should be imbibed in the school children. Like we tell children that you put a seat belt, the children now start telling your parents or us that, Dad, please put a seat belt. Because if they are told, they know what is the seriousness behind that. Similarly, if you imbibe inculcate good habits in children, they will follow definitely for their entirety of their life. So less of carbs, less of deep fried items, less of fast food items, less of packed items, less of stored items. These items, if you consume in less quantum, very minuscule quantities, fine. On a special cheat day, you can consume ice cream, chocolate, pastries, pastas, no problem. But frequent consumption of all this is going to cause problem like obesity, diabetes, hypertension. And if you inculcate these habits, good habits of eating high protein seasonal fruits, and the home cooked food in children, they are going to enjoy good health and give you good support. Children are the one who are the support system of the society. If the children are falling sick, it doesn't look good. A 70 years old dad getting a son of 40 years in the hospital for heart attack management. We should be taking care of our elder generation. Reverse way is happening. Our older generation are more fitter. The message is, follow those things which they have been following. Consume more of those things which they have been consuming. You don't need to consume all these things which westernized diet has given to us. No keto diet, no moto diet, no diet of particular time, no zero fat diet. Just eat whatever is available in that season, whatever is cooked at home. Mind it that your oil consumption has to be less. It doesn't mean zero oil. Mind it that salt consumption has to be less, sugar consumption has to be less. But I never recommend zero salt, zero sugar. These things are needed. There shouldn't be a diet with zero salt, zero fat, zero carbs. It should be less. Everything in moderation is good. And if this is inculcated in the school curriculum, this is included into the children's textbooks, this will definitely help. The textbook still contains Raktadan, Mahandan hai, Netradan, Mahandan. It has not gone beyond that. We need to teach the children about the road safety, about the organ transplantation, about the lifestyle management, about obesity, about diabetes, hypertension, heart attack at a young age, and what needs to be done to prevent. One chapter can be included in their curriculum of general science, moral science, and this will definitely help the population at large.
Definitely, I agree with you. When we talk about modern day living and modern day health problems, I think the school textbook and college textbook should also include these issues that modern, generation is facing. So, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining us for this conversation. I actually had a very nice time talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me here on this platform. And definitely, it is going to benefit my fellow beings only. And when it benefits my fellow beings, my countrymen, I feel proud, I feel happy serving my countrymen. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.